I still need your help. I just came back from a really beautiful morning. A friend took me to a museum and she brought me to this beautiful exhibition, and I was surrounded by beauty. I was surrounded by bumblebees in the garden of the museum and beautiful flowers and a peaceful meal with her. It was pure joy, pure life. So beautiful. Even though I feel an urgency inside of me, to talk quick so that I don't lose social media engagement and you don't get bored by what I share, I feel actually I need to slow down. And for this, I need to take off the layers, the masks. All of you know that I'm still crowdfunding, and I want to share a little bit more in depth what that really actually means. It's not just about getting supplements so, that I can tolerate chemotherapy. The honest truth is that when you have the reoccurring cancer that I have, that most of the time, medical treatment doesn't work very well. I still choose to do it because I believe with a real gratitude in my heart that medicine can work and that my mind is very powerful. But the facts in medicine is that when this kind of cancer reoccurs that I have, often the chemotherapy, the tumors start to be resistant and the results are not so good. So this is why most women die with the reoccurrence of that cancer. There's a lot that you can do in order to weaken the cancer. So all the things I'm doing is to support the chemotherapy to be as effective as possible still. So it is almost like healing against all odds. But the most important ingredient is the stress factor. Now, the year after the first round, when I healed completely, I went into complete remission of this very aggressive, very fast-moving cancer. It was a miracle. But the year after, I was stuck in fight, flight, freeze. I was in survival mode. I could not relax. Whenever I was doing my work, my healing work, I was with God, I was present, it was no problem. But on my own, I experienced every day a tremendous internal stress that I could not shake, and I had that my entire life. When your nervous system is dysregulated, you cannot heal. So you get the medicine, the chemotherapy, the surgeries, and the medicines, and the holistic treatments, and it's all working to support your body. But if that key ingredient of trust and deep rest and repair cannot be in the body, reoccurrence is a given. This is, I'm saying from the place I'm talking now. I'm not saying this applies to everyone. Most people are stuck in fight, flight, freeze after going through a cancer journey, but I've been stuck in survival mode my entire life. I've put on a brave face. I did the best I could. Everything that I did in my teachings, in the healings, when I was present with clients and beautiful people, is honest, is authentic, is true. I showed up in the face of God and I did the work. But the moment that energy closed, my life experience was very different. I struggled a lot with this constant, repetitive internal stress that I could not shake. It has severe impact on my nervous system. I realize now, as I go through chemotherapy, the treatments are working, but they're not working as fast as they did the first time. And everything I'm doing with my functional medicine doctor, all the extensive protocols they're doing, are really based on helping the chemotherapy to weaken the cancer as much as possible. Saying that, I have to keep doing, the emotional work, the internal work continues, because you cannot treat a disease like that only from a medical perspective. It's not enough. It has to be the holistic person. And in my case, I've done already a lot of trauma work and internal therapy. But the key ingredient to really shift that internal stress That is what I'm learning now. So my lesson now is, in the face of cancer that is known to be very difficult to treat in medical terms, but there's always ways to heal in holistic terms. I'm doing the combination because I want to have the best chance possible. And I know that now, in the face of this experience, I have to do what is counter-instinctive to my conditioned body and mind. I have to relax. I have to go into real elevated emotions. I have to literally practice that every single day. I have to go from fear of survival into complete surrender and love. Because then I really stand a chance that all the protocols will work. And holistic healing and the protocols that I'm working with are very expensive. We're spending literally thousands of euros to pay for off-label cancer drugs that are weakening the cancer. And it is working. It is working. And on top of it, I'm returning to wholeness within myself when I'm working on releasing very dense old emotions and practicing the elevated emotions, such as today, that a friend of mine took me into a beautiful museum and I saw a beautiful exhibition. It was connected to a park and I was just so full of joy. I know that I should have done my qigong and I should have gone into the oxygen chamber because it's good, you know, for the body. But what I really needed is to connect to the beauty of life. This is my chance of survival now. And one of the biggest stresses is money. It is money. Finances and health are very closely linked. So if I know that in the next half a year to a year, I can afford the medications so that I really stand a chance to treat this cancer the best way possible, that eventually the body, when it's enough in rest and repair, can take over and do its work. But it's not so far yet. Now I still need the support of herbs and supplements and medications. And I'm super grateful that all of that exists. But the pathway I'm going, particularly with the cancer that I'm experiencing in my body, it's a fucker. Yeah? It's a real fucker. I'm really saying like that. I mean, I do not say that one cancer is more difficult to treat than another. From my personal internal view, I believe that it's cancer and you can treat it. But I want to share this very clearly, that when people hear like I'm crowdfunding and I'm getting chemotherapy, oh, she's going to be all right. Well, maybe I'm not going to be all right. I'm doing everything I can. And the crowdfunding is one of the key essentials that I know I do not have to stress about getting medications for the next 6 months. And the costs at the moment are rising because we are actually really monitoring what is really working, what is not working, and we are trying to keep the costs really low. So yeah, in a way I am fighting for my life. Not because I feel I have to fight or I don't want to die, but because I feel that I really want to live. I have things still to share, a book to finish that I hope will touch people's heart and maybe help someone. I have things to do that I still want to finish. And if my time is done, I accept that. But I feel it's not yet. And for this, I ask you to share my message into wider circles. I need influencers. I need people with influence that can share my message so that I can still crowdfund and reach my target of 50,000 euros in total. Because that's what I will need. So saying that, can I be alive in the face of cancer? Can I trust life in the face of cancer? surviving against all odds. Can I really, really connect to myself now when I failed to do that most of my life? Everything in my life that I experienced has brought me to this moment now. And I'm deeply grateful because in this very moment, I'm very alive. And I honor my ancestors and my family who have suffered a lot. They had never the chance to be fully alive. And I know if I can be of beneficial presence to this world with the work that I put out there, with the experience that I've made, the learnings that I can share with people, to inspire people, to lift their hearts, that's what I live for. And for this beautiful world. I love you very much. Thank you for your donations, even if it's a tiny donation. Thank you so very much sharing my message. Thank you so very much. I love you very much. I'm in deep gratitude. May you be healthy, may you be loved, and may you be free. Truly free. So much love.